Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So guys, whales have bought 60 million more XRP in the last 24 hours. This courtesy of Ali charts here. Check out the chart. Look at that, just in the last 24 hours, we can see those purchases. Whales are now buying up more XRP. I mean, for good reason. Let's bring up the XRP chart here real quickly. We are seeing XRP coming down, hovering in these levels down and around here. You guys can see, you can probably see the levels better on the 1 hour chart. We've been holding up support, and now that we've actually reached a new all-time high for XRP, that is down about 15%. So whales are getting a 15% discount right now. We did see the price go as low as, almost 20%, back under $3 for a little while. But support is officially at $3 per coin. You guys can see that in there. And if I throw a horizontal line there on the trend, you guys can see that at about 17% down off the all-time high. XRP is testing former resistance, where it did make former support before it went to new all-time highs up here. So, guys, this is a key level that we have to stay up above. I cannot stress that enough. $3, it's also a psychological level. So are you surprised that whales are buying up XRP in extraordinary amounts? 60 million in the last 24 hours alone. So wanted to thank Ali Charts for posting that, guys. Fear and Greed is at 63. We've got altcoin season receding back to 37. Market cap is down by just by a percentage point. CMC 100 is also down. Crypto market looking fairly red today. I mean, you guys can see not too much green in the crypto space. Not any green. Oh, Toncoin's up by a little bit, 5% actually for Toncoin. But it's one of the only ones right now that is up. We can see market is cooling down a little bit. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quickly here. You guys can see Bitcoin is still also just kind of trading in this range in here. Very, very boring. Very, very boring since about July the 11th. So we did see that high for Bitcoin back on July the 14th. It has since retraced, trading in this zone here and in around 114,000, and of course all-time high 123,000, but the range has been pretty much under $120,000 per coin. But guys, the catalysts are coming, and they're coming in full force. Rob Art here posting this. There is always good news and great sentiment towards the final macro phase of every market cycle. Guys, it's the same thing every single time. And in this case, BlackRock just said that stablecoins could strengthen US dollar dominance. I mean, we've known this for a while, but now that it's in the news, that's good for the masses to start FOMOing in. The asset management behemoth is convinced that stablecoins actually reinforce the long-term case for the leading cryptocurrency. BlackRock, the world's top asset manager, has opined that stablecoins could reinforce the case for Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is viewed as a potential returns diversifier by asset management behemoth. The financial titan has noted that Bitcoin has had a banner year, soaring more than 25%. Yeah, I'd say way more than 25% in 2024. Has it not? Or sorry, 2025. It's 2025. It's not 2024. Excuse me. Where did it start and where is it now? In 2025, we started in and around, I guess, because November, we really did start to see that pump, and in December, we did make new highs. So I guess since January, I guess technically it is up only since, if we're looking at the calendar year, it is up 27%. 2024 was actually a better year for Bitcoin if we're just looking strictly at the numbers. So obviously they're not considering the 4-year cycle. Nevertheless, BlackRock has noted that the recent passage of the stablecoin legislation in the U.S. is cementing the role of dollar-pegged tokens like stablecoins. The financial behemoth is convinced that the Genius Act will regulate the stablecoin sector and will bolster the dominance of the U.S. dollar. One would expect some upward pressure on Treasury demand due to growing stablecoin issuance. However, BlackRock predicts that the rise of stablecoins will not dramatically affect short-term Treasury yields. The asset manager has explained that the money will come from investors who hold similar safe assets like short-term bond ETFs. Hence, stablecoins will not add much to new demand since money will simply be recycled. And guys, they're going to start minting more of these stablecoins. So, when we look at this, we got to think, okay, like Rob Art says, it's positive sentiment. It's going to get the final macro move to the upside, moving up even higher. But even just the actual utility, the actual the actual problem that stablecoins solve, that is also going to drum up FOMO. So Jack McDonald just, since we're talking about stablecoins, he did just post this regarding the RLUSD. So June monthly independent attestation is live. Some recent updates with regards to the RLUSD. So RLUSD did cross 550 million in market cap. That was listed on Alchemy Pay and this other website here, PDAX. BNY Global became Ripple's reserve custody partner for the RLUSD as well. So that was a huge milestone in June. RLUSD received an A rating from Blue Chip. We talked about that the other day. The highest ranked stablecoin on their site. DeFi growth is exploding. The RLUSD liquidity on Aave is now at 236 million net. The supply 312 million and 76 million borrowed. So you can check all that out over there at ripple.com/solution/stablecoin/transparency. The link is in the description here. So stablecoin utility is actually rising. And, if we just take a look at the stablecoin market here, we can click right on there on the stablecoin tab there. And it brings up some of the most popular stablecoins by market cap, by volume, circulating supply, all these metrics here. Of course, Tether still number one, USDC in number 2 spot. And we got Ripple's RLUSD down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th spot. Okay, down in here, just under the PayPal USD. So this number has been growing, and this has given obviously Ripple's RLUSD more market share, a higher market cap as they start minting more RLUSD. Market cap means something when it comes to these stable coins. Obviously, we do have to have enough liquidity in the market for these stable coins to really thrive. However, there has been debate regarding market cap when it comes to other cryptocurrencies, and some people say market cap doesn't matter. Others say it does matter quite a bit. Bull Dieppe here posting this. Again, I'm tired of seeing people using market cap as a reason why XRP can't reach higher prices. So this is with regards to some people discussing XRP price and why it can't go up to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is. Market cap is outdated and only applicable to the stock market. Here are some problems with market cap. So he brings up some good points here. I'm just going to read him out. Assume static holdings like stocks, crypto tokens, XRP have high velocity, enabling small cap to support massive transactions. So for example, a $20 billion market cap handling $1 trillion in activity. Then circulating supply includes lost, burn, and locked tokens, misleadingly inflating cap and ignoring real liquidity. So you got to think, we did the calculations the other day. There could only be, in fact, 20 billion XRP that are actually in circulation for various reasons. It doesn't reflect invested or realized value. Small inflows can drive outsized cap growth via multipliers. So for example, $30 billion in inflow pushing XRP cap over $1 trillion. It's prone to manipulation in illiquid markets, so low volume trades inflate cap without a genuine demand. So a lot of reasons here for assets like XRP, guys. Value by adoption, volume, and liquidity, not cap. Higher prices enables efficient trillions in settlement with modest total cap. So the conclusion here, market cap in crypto is largely an illusion and not a meaningful metric. So, when we're taking a look at market cap, we do really have to take it with a grain of salt. For the people who, take a look at XRP and say, oh, it's going to take over Ethereum. Yeah, it's going to take over Ethereum. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's kind of nice to see. It's kind of an ego boost. If you guys are invested in XRP, it's kind of an ego boost to see your coin move higher and higher to the top. But really, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What matters is how much profit you have been yielding, which coins you have chosen, and where the top of this market's going to be, guys. For more information on where I think the market's going to go, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoney channel. I've lowered prices, brought them right back down to old school prices, $5 a month if you subscribe and stay subscribed. Lock in right now. $5 a month, patreon.com/workingmoney channel. Analyzing this thing, taking into consideration all the factors involved is not an easy task. So follow me for my insight. Wanted to thank Bull Dieppe there. Wanted to thank Jack McDonald and Rob Art, of course, for posting those. Now, Marty Party Guys posting this. Read Jack's thesis. Here's some key points with regards to the new financial system and what they're doing in terms of buying Bitcoin. Now, Jack, he's talking about Jack Mallers here, okay? But he's got a good point. I mean, regardless of what you think about Jack Mallers, he's got some interesting points here with regards to the new financial system and what they're doing with regards to purchasing Bitcoin, because they are actively purchasing. Institutions involved in the new financial system are buying Bitcoin. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the Treasury refinances gold certificates at current market prices, creating hundreds of billions in surplus. Okay, and then the U.S. Treasury, we got to take into consideration, they hold over 8,000 tons of gold. Certificates were issued in 1973 at $42.22 per troy ounce, and today's gold price is over $3,000. Okay, with the surplus, the Treasury buys Bitcoin, pumping the price. Institutions holding Bitcoin use the gains to raise new capital. This capital is then used to buy low-interest 100-year Treasury bonds. These bonds are used as collateral to issue stablecoins. Why not use Bitcoin as collateral? The current wording of the bill prohibits using volatile assets like Bitcoin for stablecoin backing. In the future, the Treasury Department will decide which additional assets may be used as collateral. If this plays out, though, Trump's administration would control both the debt and the money supply. So an interesting kind of roundabout way, because they cannot use Bitcoin as collateral, use the profits from the Bitcoin instead. Trump has been going on about this 3-point reduction in interest rates. Listen to this.
We should be 3 points lower. Each point is $360 billion. Can you imagine that? That's big numbers. Each point, 1 point of cut, is the equivalent of $360 billion in savings. That's big stuff, you know. Those are big numbers in the U.S. Everything's big. He should cut. A smart person would cut. You know, he leaves very soon, so it's like one of those things. But I'll miss him greatly.
And, of course, he's talking about Jerome Powell. If he did just reduce the interest rate by 3 points, that would save, for every point, it would save $360 billion. So he has the power to do it. We're still not seeing any kind of interest rate cuts, at least not in the near future. Eleanor Turret posting this. The SEC has granted accelerated approval for proposed rule changes from the NASDAQ, the CBOE, and the NYSE to allow in-kind creations and redemptions for BTC and Ethereum ETF. So, guys, this was just passed. Accelerated approval. Okay, that means market makers can deliver or receive actual crypto instead of cash. So this is a big shift towards treating crypto ETFs like traditional commodity ETFs. So that is big news. I mean, the space is just becoming more and more legitimized as these regulators are passing legislation to do this. So the SEC has given the green light for crypto ETPs to allow in-kind creation on redemptions. In my opinion, okay, this is Marty Party's opinion, this was the final holdup. We should see a lot of crypto ETF movement going forward. So guys, now that we have this kind of news, are we going to see those approvals happening very soon? Marty Party seems to think so. This means market makers can use actual crypto assets to interact with the funds and ETF participants, not cash, which was a terrible decision by Gary Gensler in the first place. The rule changes were all applied to the NASDAQ, CBOE, and NYSE and will allow to be processed. So thanks to Hester Peirce and Paul Atkins for getting this done. Here's a link to the press release there, guys. I will link this in the description of the video for you if you want to check that out. So this is also, these are some of the other factors involved that's going to bolster XRP price, especially considering XRP is one of those cryptocurrencies that is involved in a lot of this ETF activity. Solana is another one, of course, Ethereum, but XRP, guys, one of the most popular. And, once we get more actual demand for XRP through, if these guys are, launching these ETFs, the demand for XRP is going to go through the roof because this is all now fully regulated. These companies have to hold XRP. They have to back their ETFs by something. So that demand in and of itself, I think, is going to help. And then, guys, there's the technical analysis. Crypto Insight UK gives his thoughts on the market, okay? In this clip, it's an 18-minute clip. I'm not going to play you guys the full thing. He talks about XRP, Dogecoin, Ethereum, BTC, and Flare. I just want to show you guys the clip of where he talks about XRP. Listen to this.
And I think XRP is similar. If we take XRP to the weekly, or next month, but I think it's imminent. And I think XRP is similar. If we take XRP to the weekly, I think this thing looks fantastic. It's maybe even a bit ahead of ETH in this sort of cycle. What we've done is we've broken our recent all-time highs. We've held them as support and held the weekly close above that. Yes, this week we're still testing this area, but the breakout should take us up towards $8 to $15. And that is what I believe. A lot of people call me a moon boy and stupid or whatever. I don't really care. This is what I think is coming. I keep trying to really drill this message in because what I think is going to happen is everything's going to increase in value from here, realistically-ish. Bitcoin's probably going to do the least percentage-wise, but I still think it's got a decent percentage to go. Probably from here, 40 to 150%, somewhere in that bracket. And I think alts have a lot more to go than that.
Some of the alts have now climbed up to their all-time highs. Ethereum is one of those ones that is getting very close. As you guys can see here, all-time high, $48,000 per coin. And currently, Ethereum is, it's down by a little bit today, but it's trading in at around 3,700. But BNB coin, guys, also did just recently hit its all-time high. So that is, or surpassed its all-time high, rather. Now it is actually back testing that all-time high that it saw back in around here, December of 2024. So came down. Now it created a new all-time high, $861, back testing back down to $791. So, guys, this is a good case for altcoins. Virtual Bacon also commenting on the same. So we had Crypto Insight UK suggesting, his targets between $8 and $15. Virtual Banking guys saying a $10 XRP target might sound crazy, but if Bitcoin tops at 150,000, which is not that far away, very doable. Let's just take a quick look at Bitcoin here. Getting up to 150 is only, here, let's just bring up that tool there. Right now it's at 117, and if we could get up to 150, that is only another 27%, not a lot. If Bitcoin goes up, so essentially what he's saying, if Bitcoin goes up 27%, that would mean that the XRP to BTC ratio would only need to return to 2017 to 2018 levels. It's not guaranteed, but it's not unrealistic by the end of the cycle. He explains it better in this video clip. Watch this.
There's no reason for XRP to stop right here. Stretch target, okay? That $10 mark that you see in the title and thumbnail of this video. Will that be unrealistic? So for the end of this year, I don't know. But by the end of the cycle, I think it's totally possible. What would that look like? Let's just say Bitcoin peaks out only, 140, 150K, right? Very conservative. And then let's take $10 of a target divided by 150K per Bitcoin. That gives us this ratio, 4 zeros and 666. On the XRP BTC ratio chart, what does that look like? Where does that put us historically? 6666 is right around there. So these would be closer to mid bull run levels in 2017 and in the 2018 Q1 mania when XRP went from 22 cents to 15x, okay, within a matter of 4 weeks. So if we get XRP BTC ratio to these levels again, that would be very close to euphoria stage, at least to the mania stage of the cycle. So thinking of it like that, is that unreasonable this year? I would say it's fair. I would say if it hits $10 and XRP BTC ratio is kind of as high as the average value we had in the 2017 to 2018 cycle, I'd be very happy to take full profit from XRP and just let the rest go. Let whatever else above $10, let that profit go. That's where I would be very happy.
So another great way to look at this. Again, guys, for more information on how I'm looking at the market, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I have slashed prices. This is, the exact kind of thing that I'm looking at too, looking at different metrics, taking the pulse of the market and, analyzing what other people are saying, but not just focusing on that, using my own metrics to decide where I'm going to be selling out my XRP. So follow me. I have rolled back prices. If you subscribe and stay subscribed, you will lock in at $5 a month. I just wanted to show you right here on Virtual Bacon's chart, that ratio, the 0.0000666 that he did calculate if Bitcoin does go to $150. He has his chart up here and he put a horizontal line here on the chart. As you guys can see too, that horizontal line comes very conveniently close to former support on his chart on the XRP to BTC chart. So another interesting observation, something he did not mention, but you can see it is tapping out. It even did wick back in 2018 or no, maybe 2017. It did wick up, forming resistance back in July of summer. We'll call it summer of 2017. Came back down, now forming support, boom, support. And guys, that's where we would need to get up to. That is if Bitcoin does go up, maybe another 27%. That is a very conservative number. And he's saying, not exactly, but if Bitcoin did get up 27%, very conservatively, the XRP to BTC ratio could in fact see XRP going up to $10 per coin. So, we still have to wait. Of course, XRP still hovering around that former support at $3. Crucial to stay above that level. That's just my opinion. And for more opinions, again, you guys know where to find me. I also do have the Working Money Channel merch store if you guys are interested in purchasing some Working Money Channel merch. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.